Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of X Malice along Kei Okazaki's route. Oh, come on you two, make up and get back together. I don't like it when they're apart so long. I want my puppy dog by my side again. Well, Okazaki got some advice from both Yoshinari and Shiraishi, so hopefully he'll win us over soon. Let's see where it goes. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. I mentally scolded myself and headed to Yanagi's office. This was no time to be out of sorts because of Okazaki. To get close to Adonis, we'd examine the collar. I had readied myself for that. I should forget about Okazaki and concentrate on the problem that lay in front of me now. Yet, immediately after that vow, the source of my problems was standing right in front of me. Of course. You really didn't expect him to show up? What exactly do you think you're doing here, Okazaki? Hello, Ichika. It's been a little while. He's so clingy. Of course, because he's a puppy dog. That's what they do. Yanagi, does Okazaki have to be here?
What happened? Okazaki already knows about the collar, so I don't think we need to hide anything from him.
This request is for personal reasons.
How annoying. Just kick him out then. Did you two get in a fight? You were super tight until recently.
Yeah, I made her mad.
Everybody's expression became grim. So it's your fault then? Yeah, probably your fault. You're guilty. Get out of here.
Oh, I feel like I got 3 big brothers taking care of me. I didn't even say anything yet. Aren't you being too harsh?
You did something bad enough to make Hoshino mad, so it's definitely your own fault.
Come on. Yoshinari and Shiraishi both told me the same exact thing. I know that I was wrong, but I keep trying to apologize. I don't want an apology. Sorry, but we're discussing the investigation, so please leave. See?
What did you do? Must have been something pretty crazy to get her this mad at you. You assaulted her, didn't
Are you kidding me?
You assaulted her, didn't you?
Like Okazaki would ever.
What? Okazaki, you didn't. Gah, that would be incredibly messed up.
They're just saying whatever they want. Before, they had tried to chase Okazaki off whenever he came to the office. Now they weren't trying very hard to make him leave. Maybe because they were working together. To be honest, just watching this unfold was difficult. Hey, aren't you being too stubborn? What? I didn't think you would be that angry about this. And if I hurt you, I'm really sorry. But we promised each other. You don't have to keep running, do you? You're the one who's being stubborn. No, this time it's you.
Hey, calm down. Seems I got no choice. Allow His Honor, Mineo Enomoto, to exercise his famed jurisprudence.
Shut up, Mineo. Enomoto, be quiet. Oh,
sorry.
My poor impy of the crowd. Anyway, let me be clear, Okazaki. I don't need you to protect me, and more to the point, you don't actually need me specifically, do you? There are plenty of important people who need protection, and no shortage of people in danger. Instead of continuing this argument with me, it'd be faster for you to protect someone else. My heart was breaking from the pain. I didn't want to go this far. Okazaki looked shocked. Soon he dropped his gaze and... You're right. He nodded in agreement. He agreed? I was terribly heartbroken, but still I felt like I was being made a fool of. See, I'm right, aren't I? It doesn't have to be me at all, so just give up already. Wait, you're right. It doesn't have to be you, but... If you understand, then don't make me say it. It hurts. Wait, it doesn't have to be you, but I don't want that. I want you. Huh? I really don't understand it myself, but I don't want to protect just anyone. I want you. Because I'm convenient, right? His mission had been to observe Yanagi's team, and I sometimes visited their office. There was no other reason to insist on me. But if you can protect me, then I wouldn't need to come here anymore. In that case, there's no point in you trying to protect me. No, You try your hardest. You're open and kind. You feel there's wounds as if they're your own. You work hard and never run. You don't give up. That's why I like you.
Whoa! A confession!
Huh? Yeah. I like you.
And he just realized it.
Mineo giving us the play-by-play. So, I don't want anyone else to take care of you. I want to protect you because I like you. I don't want to make you sad or see you hurt. I want to support and encourage you. I feel that way because of you. So, going on the assumption that you like me.
Wow! Looks like this move wasn't very effective. What next?
Oh boy. He really is commentating. Are you really saying this?
Well. What did he say? What on earth did Okazaki say? I can't sleep if I don't know. Oh my god, shut up. Take your damn lover's quarrel outside.
But it's cold out there. I'm sorry.
Hey, stupid cat. Did you come here intending to do what you mentioned earlier?
Yes, I did.
It won't work.
Huh? Why? I said I was ready.
Well, your head's obviously full of other things. How can you possibly be ready? You're trying to say you're prepared for this, not while you're playing lovey-dovey with Okazaki. Go get things sorted out and come back later. Sasasuke's right.
It's not my fault he just confessed. Yanagi.
Go talk to Okazaki in private. Some things really need to be aired out. Right now, the two of you can't figure out how to see eye to eye. Try shelving the emotion and see where it goes.
All right. That's mean, Yanagi. You interrupted at a good part. Does this guy even realize he's entirely the problem? Nope. Ah, the park again. Leaving the office, Okazaki and I sat down on a bench in a nearby park. Right. We spoke in this park when we first met. Back when we knew nothing about each other, he'd fallen asleep on my shoulder. You see, I like straightforward people like you, because I can never be like that. What's he talking about? He's pretty much always been straightforward, hasn't he? Well, except for, about the fact that, he was spying on the office. But that was all. I had been happy when he said it that way. I wanted to be honest with him if possible. Later, when our relationship had soured after he learned about my collar, we'd spoken like this again. The police are important to me. They give me a place to protect. I won't allow anyone to oppose them. But my mission is more important to me than the organization. Is your mission to protect the person you were talking about earlier? Yeah, so now, you're more important to me than anything else. The warmth I felt then was nostalgic, but now it made my chest ache. Back then, I was afraid to arouse suspicion or draw Okazaki's ire. I had been happy when he told me I was important. Yeah, I'm lonely. I should use Okazaki to achieve my goals, as he said. I'd been doing so even if I wasn't aware of it. I stopped being able to do it when, internally, he'd become much more significant to me as a person. In the past, we had a conversation here. Perhaps while reminiscing about the same memories, Okazaki broke the silence. Back then, honestly, I don't think I saw you as a person. Huh? You were the ideal vehicle to grant my wish. You would be the person who would let me die. I decided that on my own. It was convenient, like you said. I didn't spare a single thought for your feelings. I knew it. It hurt to hear it said directly. But somehow, things felt lighter. He hadn't been looking at me. I knew that for certain now. But now... everything's changed. After some hesitation, Okazaki looked at me straight in the eyes. I want to think about you. I want to understand your feelings, and I want to find a way for us to be together. Okazaki, I don't want to be with anyone else. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Then, are you going to give up on getting your wish? I can't give up that easily. But neither can you, right? Maybe he'd finally understood, but that fleeting hope soon turned to ash. So, let's find a way to make both our wishes a reality. Yanagi said that's what we should do, didn't he? If we can find common ground, then we'll see eye to eye again. He is so damn stubborn! It doesn't apply here. After all, our wishes are opposites. Okazaki wanted to die protecting me. I wanted him to live without protecting me. Those goals could not both be achieved. But he looked like he wasn't giving in. Okazaki sat there thinking with a serious face. For a while, there was silence.
Oh, there you are, Okazaki!
Suddenly, a terribly cheerful voice rang out. I knew who that is. I looked up and saw it was exactly who I'd expected.
Yep, me too. So you were here. I was looking for you.
Yoshinari appeared in fine spirits and carrying a package in each hand, as usual.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Oh, you should have told me if you made up already.
We haven't yet. We're right in the middle of that now. Or trying to, anyway.
Wait, really? Then, did I just step in it big time?
No, that's okay. Oh, what about those, Yoshinari? Honestly, it didn't look like we would be getting anywhere, so him showing up helped to relieve the tension. This wasn't the time to be escaping reality, but I changed the subject to Yoshinari.
I'm glad you asked. These are Yoshinari's famous makeup gifts.
Oh boy. Makeup gifts?
Have you two forgotten what time it is? Christmas is almost here. Christmas!
Oh.
The holy nights of magic will mend shattered hearts. Yes, like a fleeting snow.
Yoshinari, you're seriously in the way, so leave.
That's cold, man. I'll leave once I give you these. I got them just for you.
Yoshinari suddenly thrust out 2 bags into our hands. Inside were... Is this a cake? Fried chicken and champagne. Firecrackers and Santa hats.
It's a Christmas gift set. Turn those frowns upside down and let's all be friends once again.
Fantastic obliviousness aside, he seemed to be showing concern in his own way. I appreciate the sentiment, but we aren't exactly in the mood, especially Okazaki. Yeah, maybe you're right, Yoshinari. What? It's cold out here. Why don't we move? Are you hungry? I am. Should we go back to the office? Nah, how about my place? Well, that's somewhere I haven't been yet. Why? Your little brother's at your home, so doesn't that make my place the obvious choice?
Whoa, a sudden home invitation. My love got across.
Now wait a minute. It's settled then. Give me your hand, it's getting cold. Completely ignoring both Yoshinari's impressed reaction and my reluctance, Okazaki grabbed my hand. Oh! I firmly swatted his hand aside. Ichika. Sorry, I understand. Let's go. Jeez, man. For a second there, I thought somebody snapped a photo. Okay. Yoshinari, thanks.
Don't mention it. It looks like you have your work cut out for you. Good luck.
I'm sorry for making you worry. Yoshinari, I'll give you a proper apology later. I have you to thank too. You can join me for some karate training. That's not a very good gift.
No thanks. I really don't need that kind of gratitude.
Ignoring Yoshinari's refusals, Okazaki swiftly walked away. I followed after him, flustered. Are you about to get a little aggressive with me here, Okazaki? His apartment was a lot more tidy than I expected. Well, he did say it's not very cozy, so I kind of expected it to be rather Spartan. It's clean, I blurted out without thinking. Wait, you didn't expect that? You said you weren't good at doing housework, so I imagined that you'd have a much messier place. I don't come home often. It can't really get dirty if I never use it. Yeah, that's what I expected. I see. Just sit wherever you like. I'll make some coffee. Thank you. Want any snacks? Oh, we have cake. So how about that? Don't mind me. I uneasily took a seat in a chair as Okazaki went into the kitchen. Are you going to eat that fried chicken you bought? Huh? The loud and dissonant sound of glassware shattering punctured the silence. Are you alright? A cup fell out of the drawer when I opened it. Maybe it's because I haven't opened it in a while. It fell from a drawer? Oh, don't worry. I have unbroken cups too. That's not what I'm worried about. Okazaki cleaned up the shattered cup and set 2 new cups down on the counter. Sugar. Ah, here it is. He opened the container in a way that looked like he was unfamiliar with, and for some reason, just poured it straight into the cups. Oh, if you don't use a spoon. As those words finished leaving my lips, a pile of sugar filled the cup. Okazaki stared at the cup dumbfounded, as if he had no idea this phenomena was possible. Okazaki, I can take care of this, you know. But you're my guest. But you don't know what you're doing. Then let's try doing it together. No, just let me do it. I found a cutlery cabinet in the shelf next to the sink and opened it. Next to the cabinet were several half-eaten snacks. Cucumber chocolate, sea grape marshmallows, roe-flavored biscuits. There were a variety of strange seasonal snacks that looked like they were intended as punishments. I'm kind of worried for the future of my diet if I get together with Okazaki here. Okazaki, these... Oh, you can have some if you want. No thanks, I'll pass. But why exactly do you have them? I like things that taste weird. Do they taste good? I guess not. But I like them. Aren't they interesting? Okazaki was a man of mystery. He just likes things that taste weird, even though he doesn't enjoy them. That makes no sense. I finished prepping the coffee and sat next to him. I felt a bit closer to him now that we were out of the wind outside. Not that I can relax, though. His eyes wandered to the bed, and I noticed the large quantity of drugs on the bed. What, his sleeping medication? They looked like painkillers and antibiotics. That's right, he was just discharged. I'd almost forgotten because of his calm smile, but he'd been badly wounded. We had to talk. So, continuing our conversation. When I broke the silence, Okazaki gave me a serious look. Yeah, it's clear that we both won't back down, so why don't we just say what we really feel? Okay. I've told you my goal. I want to protect someone special, and I want to meet my end carrying out that duty. I can understand that you want to protect someone, but why do you want to die? I started thinking that way 2 years ago, when something happened. What happened? A terrorist organization made an assassination attempt on the Prime Minister 2 years ago. The name of those terrorists was Adonis. The police learned of their plan in advance, so we were on high alert around the Prime Minister. I was still a rookie at the time, but I was also assigned to the Prime Minister's residence, as was my colleague. It was strangely quiet that day. My colleague and I were posted in the lobby of the residence, and we were making small talk. The Prime Minister was surrounded by veteran officers, so we didn't think we need to act.
Right? They're not just going to come barreling through the front entrance.
Aren't you taking this a bit too casually?
I can't fool you. Obviously, one mistake on our part could pave the way for a huge disaster.
Well, yeah. I think it'll be hard to get in with this many officers on the premises, though. Back then, I was more carefree. The Prime Minister's schedule, SP deployments, emergency escape routes, and contingency plans. We all thought that our detailed preparations wouldn't allow for any mishaps. But...
Okazaki.
Yeah, something's wrong. The anomaly occurred several hours after it had been predicted to happen. Did the deployments change? There should have always been another SP officer in my line of sight, but I couldn't see anyone. No one was responding over radio or cell phone. Someone was clearly jamming communications.
I'm going to check on the higher-ups. Stay here.
Got it. But the entrance to the residence was heavily guarded by special forces and the security envoy. I was sure that the enemy wouldn't make a frontal assault, no matter how many people they had. A few minutes passed after my colleague left. Suddenly, the sound of a huge explosion rocked me. And in the next instant, my world was just heat. The walls and ceiling had begun to crumble. They got us. I could see someone fallen on the other side of the rubble. They weren't wearing an SP uniform. I have to help. But the fire was too intense. I could burn to death before I managed to cross the rubble. Death is an ever-present risk. Not for the fallen man, but for me. I thought I was prepared to lay down my life. But now that the opportunity was in front of me, I felt slightly hesitant. I scolded myself and looked around, because the security systems had been compromised. On the off chance they might still work, I took aim at the sprinklers with my gun.
Stop, Okazaki.
My colleague had returned. He held me back by putting a hand on my shoulder. Why? I have to save him now.
Calm down. He's beyond help. Right now, we need to assess the situation and secure the other VIPs. Okazaki, clear your emotions. You'll just make the damage worse.
But, I might be able to still make it. It's like with Ichika and the burning victim. Then it happened.
Okazaki!
It was so sudden, I didn't realize what had happened. No matter how honed my training or senses were, I knew I hadn't been calm enough to see it coming. My colleague was bleeding badly, having just been crushed by a piece of falling rubble. He was lying in the spot where I had been before. He pushed me out of the way. Oh. Tsukushima!
I wasn't supposed to be like this. This is your fault, Okazaki.
How could you? With your last words.
It all went wrong because of you.
I could hear his voice from underneath the rubble. The words he spoke just gouged my heart right out of my chest. But why? Why did you protect me?
Okazaki, don't be like me.
Tsukushima's voice was fading. I could hear him slipping closer to death.
As an SP, you find a death that has meaning to you.
Then he was silent. For good. Tsukushima? Tsukushima? He didn't answer. I knew that was the last thing I'd hear him say. He died because of me. Because I had hesitated. If only I had just acted as soon as I saw the fallen man. If only I had moved on as soon as I realized that he was beyond saving. I'd been hamstrung by emotions and doubt and lost the lives I was supposed to protect as a result. No. SP risked their lives to protect others. I had chosen to live for those people. Not like this. It was meaningless, and protecting me, he had gained nothing. Why had I been allowed to live? In the end, the Prime Minister lived, but the SP took the blame for allowing the terrorist attack to happen. I wasn't dismissed, but I was demoted and transferred. I was taken off the VIP protection detail. I was stuck training the new recruits for almost 2 years. The whole time I kept thinking, what was I living for? I had become SP to protect others, but I hadn't protected a thing. I was just aimlessly passing time. I didn't think that my colleague would rest in peace after dying so I could do this. I wanted to say it wasn't true. The person that died saving Okazaki surely didn't resent him for it. There was no way that someone who gave his life to protect Okazaki would wish death on him. He really shouldn't have blamed him either. I think people who are in their last moments sometimes say things that they just don't mean because they're delirious. So what did you discover behind what allowed the terrorists to attack? I asked a question to stop Okazaki from dwelling on twisted thoughts tied to his colleague's death. When I did, he gave me a lonely smile. There was an Adonis spy, someone inside the SP no less. What? Wataru Tsukushima. He died protecting me. So what does it mean? It means that he didn't want Okazaki to die for his betrayal. Okazaki's colleague had been an Adonis spy. That's how the terrorists had breached the place. I could understand that much, but then why had he protected Okazaki? I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he'd planned to die all along, or maybe he just moved because of reflexes. Knowledge of the spy was classified top secret, and it's been carefully covered up so that only a small number of people on the force know about it. It would have been a scandal of unprecedented magnitude if it was known that a spy infiltrated the SP and endangered the Prime Minister. That is true. So, Tsukushima received a commendation for dying in the line of duty to prevent a terrorist attack. And he was honored publicly. It was all for show. But after the incident, I questioned whether Tsukushima was actually a spy. Something about his actions that day puzzled me. You've been investigating it, even though it's top secret? Yeah, I couldn't do it alone though. Recently I learned some things with Takeru's help. I thought that if Tsukushima was a spy, then it would help set my mind at ease. But it didn't. In a sense, he'd just gotten his just desserts. It wouldn't be my fault. I'm the worst. I think it's natural for people to feel that way. If his colleague wasn't a spy, then none of that would have ever happened. Okazaki would have never been endangered, and the terrorist attack never would have happened. But even after learning he was a spy, my feelings haven't changed. So, you want to die because of self-loathing? You feel guilty because you caused Tsukushima's death? I don't think so. You'll probably think I'm scum for saying this. You see, I'm just afraid to die like he did. Huh? The glory he received after his death was empty. After all, he didn't protect anyone special. He just died protecting me. You are special! Damn it, Okazaki! He died full of regret. I didn't want to go out the same way. From the beginning, I've never felt guilty. I owe him my life, so I never thought of killing myself. I just hate myself for being unable to protect anyone, and I can't forgive myself for being saved. I've probably always been scared. Okazaki. I was assigned to keep an eye on Yanagi's team. It was around November this year. I was transferred from training recruits to staking out the possible X-Day agents. Honestly, I couldn't get into it. After all, they weren't people to be protected. It had nothing to do with the mission of the SP. I wanted to protect. So why was I doing this? If only they just get more deeply involved and become high-value targets, I thought. Oh. I'm sorry. His basic thought pattern is like, why can't they just get in trouble and be in danger so I can maybe fulfill my life's purpose? I probably wish the criminals would attack them. And then you appeared. You were a high-value target, collared by Adonis. You were key to both the police and the nation. I planned to eliminate you if you were on Adonis' side, but once you turned out to be an innocent victim, I was honestly overjoyed. You never run, even though you were thrust into a brutal situation. You stare down evil and push for your goals. You're someone whose life has value. Someone I want to protect with my life. After I finished listening to Okazaki's story, I felt more composed than I had earlier. His past, everything he'd been through, the reason he yearned for death, and his twisted heart. Now that I knew all of this, I understood why he tried to protect me via his own death. But Now it's your turn. What's your problem with me? From the beginning, I told you that my goal is to protect someone special. You accepted that. I thought you rejected me because you didn't want to hurt me, but that isn't it. Why won't you let me protect you? I did accept it at first. Even if it wasn't for my sake, it made me feel happy to be protected. I felt safe when I was with you. I know the SP risk their lives for other people. Still, I don't want you to die for my sake. That's all there is to it. If you care about me at all, then I want us to live together. I haven't been thinking about anything so noble as not wanting anyone to be hurt. In fact, it's the opposite. The opposite? What? Yes, I want everyone to be hurt. If someone's hurt, I don't want it to be you. But if it isn't you, then that would be okay. It's a little bit messed up, but if someone else lost their life protecting me, but it helped me solve the case, then I think I could accept that. I'd feel frustrated and miserable, and I'm sure I'd regret it, but I think it would be better than seeing you die. I think I'm the worst kind of person too, but that's why I don't want you to protect me. In other words, you're saying, you're the most precious person in the world to me. I probably projected my own standards onto him, but I couldn't say anything bad about Okazaki. Just as you recognized my worth and decided that I was worth protecting. I really like you, so I don't want you protecting me with your life. Again, we went silent for a while. It didn't really feel like it was going anywhere. Our respective positions meant the world to us. I couldn't see a way out of this dilemma. I'm not sure if I should be happy. Okazaki whispered. You don't want to let me die because you treasure me. I'm really happy to hear that. But if you won't accept me, then I'll just have to find someone else who will. Even if it's not for you, I'm still going to die for someone. But does it have to be soon? Can't you, stay with me for life and, you can die protecting me when we're 80 years old or something? Just protect me, but try to make sure we both live. I hadn't gotten through to him at all. Why? Why? Why are you in such a hurry to die? Are you stupid? Stupid? Don't you even have the slightest desire to live? Was all our time together, all the time you spent with Yoshinari and Yanagi's team, was it all just you passing the time until your death? No, all of it was precious to me, but that's why. Then don't try to die! When you die, that's it. Nothing more. You can't talk while looking into someone's eyes like this. You can't hold hands or laugh or cry. Everything's gone. You have nothing. I want to spend more of my life with you. Ichika. His face clouded over. It's not as if I wanted to make him feel that way. I just wanted us to laugh together. Why? Why won't he understand? Looking down, I saw a DVD case with a familiar title. I murmured as I examined it. Do you like these movies? Do you have the whole series on DVD?
Huh?
There's a new part of this coming out next year. Well, if you die, you'll never see it.
You're right.
I looked around. Even though Okazaki's apartment wasn't well lived in, it was clearly his home. If you died back in Shinjuku Garden, I would never have been able to come here. He looked down as if perplexed. He seemed like a mixture of sorrow and resentment. Right. Let's have some of the cake that Yoshinari gave us.
Eh?
Irritated, I opened the cake box and briskly plated 2 slices. Then I stuck a fork in the cake and presented it toward Okazaki's mouth. You liked my cooking before, and it's not like you hate sweets, right?
Yeah, this is just so sudden.
I thrust the cake into his mouth without letting him finish his sentence.
Just shut up and eat your cake.
Delicious?
It is, but...
If you die, you won't be able to eat this either. So let's try everything while you're still here. I felt like the fork wasn't enough, so I thought about shoving the food into his face by hand. I knew I was losing my temper, but I couldn't contain my anger any longer. Oh, I can't believe we're getting so angry with him. He hasn't been that bad a puppy.
Hey, calm down. You're kind of scary.
Okazaki, you said that you wanted to find a way for us to be together. I've thought about it too, and this is the only way I can see. I have to make you want to live. If you live, you can enjoy so many things. I want you to believe that. I doubted this would work on someone who had spent years pining for death, but I still refused to give up. Dying while protecting someone is just cowardly. You're not fulfilling any duty. Isn't it your job to both protect someone while surviving any challenge? If you live, you can protect many people. Neglect that and you're a failure as both SP and a police officer.
Yeah, in the end I've just been thinking about myself. I know that I have no right to be in the SP. I preach about the importance of the police, but I can't do anything for the organization.
In anger, my body suddenly moved.
Ow!
Listen to me, damn it! You said that you loved me. I realized that I'd slapped Okazaki. My hand hurt, but my heart hurt worse. He could have easily avoided it, but he took it with full force, with sad eyes. After you die, I'm going to forget all about you, fall in love with someone else sane, and I'll actually be happy.
Huh?
Maybe I'll fall for Yoshinari, or maybe I'll choose Yanagi. That's none of your concern, right? You should say Shiraishi. Ichika, you gotta bring up Shiraishi and Enomoto. Those are the ones he said to watch out for. Those are the ones that'll get to him.
I don't think I'd like that.
Even if you sacrifice yourself to save me, I could make a stupid mistake and die the next day.
What?
Wouldn't your death be totally in vain then? You'd have died like a dog protecting nothing. There would be no glory, no proof you ever lived.
That's correct, but aren't you being a little mean?
No, I'm just being realistic. I'm just talking about theoreticals out loud. If I'm truly special to you, and if you want to risk your life protecting mine, then why don't you rage against death and live life? Why don't you show me that you have the guts to protect me until I die of old age? Then maybe you can actually call yourself a real SP officer. As I finished my furious scolding, Okazaki just blinked with his mouth wide open. I kinda lost track of what I was saying halfway through my speech. What I'm trying to say is... I tried to follow up, but I couldn't find words. This is where you say I love you. I didn't want to say something complicated, but I felt frustrated that I couldn't make him see. I started crying. Oh. Okazaki?
You've been forcing yourself, haven't you?
I knew I'd been rambling, but I was dead serious. It was truly terrible of him to react that way. I know that, so... But you're right. Huh? If I die, I won't be able to laugh like this. I won't be able to enjoy your delicious cooking, or see you get angry at me. That's right, I'm supposed to cook you hamburg. I don't want that. Yeah, absolutely not. Do you really mean that? I mean, I never thought that you'd try to physically coerce me into agreeing. It's not funny. I'm really serious here. Sorry, I get it. I'm really sorry for saying these stupid things and hurting you like I did. His voice was different than before. It didn't have that note of resignation. His gloomy eyes now had a different light inside them. It's hard for me to let go of my dream of dying with a purpose. I just want to seize that wish. But when I see you trying so hard, I know that I'm just being selfish, and I feel like a complete idiot. If I just wanted to die, then I could do it without getting other people involved. But I was obsessed with finding a worthy place to die and making sure my death had significance. I regretted my survival. I can't count the number of regrets I have. I just didn't want to own up to my own worthless life. I wanted to run away. But now, I'm holding on to a wish that's greater than both my death wish and my fear of living a meaningless life. I don't want to be apart from you. I want to be together. That's all. Okazaki.
If I say I won't die, will you let me protect you?
If you promise me that you absolutely will not die. Well, he can't really. I mean, anything can happen. What if there's a car accident? Or a meteor strikes? No matter what danger I'm in, you find a way for the both of us to survive. Don't give in to an easy death. Please, promise that you'll live for my sake. If you can, then I'll make you a promise. No matter what happens, I won't run away. I'll fight until the end to reach my goals.
Okay. Can I hold your hand?
Sure. It was the hand that I brushed aside earlier. The pinky that I'd made a promise on. He tightly held my hand, and I felt all of his warmth through it.
I wouldn't be able to hold your hands like this anymore either.
Yeah, you're the only one I'd want to be holding hands like this with.
Ichika.
I want you and no one else. I don't think there's anyone else who can try as hard to persuade you as I can.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
His hand was cooler than usual. I'd always thought he was strong, but Okazaki was afraid too. He knew about the fear of loss. He was afraid of living an empty life. He hadn't always been a strong person. He was terrified the way I was after I was collared, and the way everyone in Shinjuku was. We were all battling against our fears. If you're ever afraid to live again... I held his large palm tightly. I'll hold your hand as long as you need, the same way you gave me your hand.
Thanks. I'm glad I finally got to see you laugh again.
When I saw him smiling happily, I finally returned it with a heartfelt smile of my own. Assassination attempt added to materials. Alright, man. Alright, we're gonna have to stop there because, oh my god, I made that a super long video because I was like, the end of the scene's coming up, right? I can tell it's gonna come up. But yeah, that was a one long conversation. But I really enjoyed it. It was wonderful. It took a while to get across to him, but it's really cool that things weren't so simple, you know? There kept being more layers of depth in a way to why he was thinking the way he was thinking. And then we had to like peel away at that like an onion. And it's kind of like we kept trying to beat the same point into him, but we had to peel away those layers of his before we could actually penetrate to the center with the point we were trying to make. Alright, well anyway, that's the end of this video for today. Hope to see you in the next one, or some of my other ones. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.